If you're successful, there's a very good chance you're pretty responsible, but that also means you might be over responsible, meaning you're doing things for people that they ought to be doing themselves. And here's how it affects you. You end up feeling overloaded, stressed, and resentful. So this is the second in a 5-part coaching series I'm doing specifically about the kinds of questions to ask yourself to get unstuck from a variety of challenges. And I've been taking questions from some of you, and here's the question I have this week. All right. So I find myself taking responsibility for things that really aren't my responsibility. I do it as a leader at work rather than teaching my team members to do their jobs better. And I do it with my kids. I feel like it's a faster solution and I know it'll be done right if I do it. But the problem is I'm drowning in my to-do list and I'm resentful that others don't step up like I need them to. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times we're looking for the right answers, especially if maybe you're leading people. You have been praised, you've been celebrated for having right answers. But a lot of times what you need to do is to coach yourself, to pause and figure out what the right questions are. So I've got 3 questions for you, 3 powerful questions to coach yourself. If you're a bit over responsible and it's time for you to let other people do what they need to be doing. So question number 1, how would it feel if you deleted stuff from your to-do list that isn't actually your responsibility? How would you feel? I want you to just imagine for a moment the stuff you've been taking on. It's not yours to do. Imagine you just let it go. How would that feel? The likelihood is it would feel lighter. You feel a smile coming over your face. You'd have time for some other things that are really important to you. How would you feel? All right. Secondly, what would you gain by doing that? And sometimes what you gain is intangible. You might gain a bit more self-respect. You might gain a better relationship because you're not feeling resentful towards the person that's not doing what they're supposed to do. And the third question is, what would they gain? The person who is let off the hook every single time you step in and do what's theirs to do, what would they gain? It's likely they're going to gain some confidence. They're going to gain some self-respect. And even if it feels like tough love, like in the case of your kids, ultimately they gain a sense of independence, a sense that they are actually capable. And that helps them grow into the person they're meant to be. Same with your team. You need to develop leaders. You need to develop people who actually make your job easier. And that may mean on the front end, you're doing a little extra training or taking a little extra time. And ultimately, you're saying it doesn't have to be done exactly the way I would do it in order for me to let go. Here's the thing. Coaching moves you from where you are to where you really want to be, but it takes you actually stopping, noticing what the problem is, like over responsibility, and reflecting on some questions that actually move you forward. We've got a coach training intensive that's coming up where whether you're someone who thinks you actually want to be a coach or you're just thinking about incorporating some new skills into your abilities as a leader or business owner or whatever it is that you do, we've got a live virtual coach training intensive coming up, and I would love to see you there. But until then, I want you to just be intentional about coaching yourself through the challenges and opportunities you face. Because when you ask the right questions, you get the right answers.